How do? I'm Kevin Parr in Salford in the northwest of England. Have you ever wondered how many files are on a Windows hard drive, or any other drive for that matter, but then had no easy way of finding out? The Microsoft way is to click on a drive. I'll click on drive C on the left hand side, then on the keyboard do a Control A, which means hold the Control key down, press the letter A just once, and then release the Control key. That's selected all of the files in the right hand side, so we right click anywhere in that blue area and go to Properties. And what we see is it's counting all the files, showing us the folders, and also showing us the space that's occupied. All good stuff. There is another way that's arguably closer to the original criteria, easy, and counts the files. A little utility called wincount. It starts by listing your drives as clickable buttons. In this case, drive C, which is Windows, plus my programs. There's absolutely no data at all because all the data is on drive F. This makes for extremely fast processing. Drive D is a backup drive. It contains just copies of the files that I consider to be important. So I'll click drive C, high-speed SSD drive, solid state device. (192,700 files. Around 110,000 of that is Windows itself, in my case Windows 7 Pro, and the other 80,000 or so are the programs that I use. Click drive D, 31,000. Click drive F, 70,000. When wincount starts, it automatically centers itself smack dab in the middle of your screen, regardless of your screen's size or resolution. It also adjusts its height as well from top to bottom, according to the number of drives that you've got. So far, you've seen this little utility operating on SSD drives and SATA drives, but it's equally happy with IDE drives and all manner of USB devices that masquerade as drives. In other words, memory sticks, memory cards in USB adapters, cameras that connect by USB, and theoretically mobile phones that have USB connectivity and run under Windows. I don't have such a phone, so I've not been able to test that theory. If you like the look of wincount, it's entirely free and it's available at the moment on kevparr.com/wincount of all things. Fancy that. kevparr.com/wincount. That might change. So if you go to that URL and get page not found, don't worry. Just Google my name, Kevin Parr, followed by one of the places where I've lived or worked. So since I'm living in Salford at the moment, I'll choose that. And here we are at the top, home and workplaces of Kevin Parr, born 1943. That's me. So we click on that, which takes me to an experimental page on kevparr.co.uk, and in the middle there's a link to kevparr.com, which I'll click now. Here's kevparr.com. Over on the right hand side in the top menu, I'll click on miscellaneous, and in the left hand column, currently third item down, wincount. Here we've got two options. You can either download a zip of wincount itself, a standalone exe that you can put on the desktop, or any folder of your choosing in fact, and then just double click to run it. Techies might want to put it on a memory stick along with other utilities that they carry around when they're visiting different computers or different sites. In my day, when I was visiting PC sites, I used to have a box of floppy disks, 10 floppy disks. How things have changed, eh? If you don't like that approach, you could always download this setup program, wincount setup.exe. This installs wincount as a standard Windows program, so it's always available in the list if you click Start and then All Programs. I have a small confession to make. wincount is my first ever Windows program. As a techie in the computer industry, I've used computers almost every day for the last 50 years. Yep, I'm serious, half a century. It all started in 1967 when I became a trainee computer operator. That was on a Honeywell mainframe, one of the very earliest commercial computers in Manchester. Throughout, that career has involved programming from time to time at different levels and on various platforms, but never Windows. Things changed just over 5 weeks ago when I was a tad bored and the weather was too cold to get outside to do any gardening. So I decided to fulfill a long-held ambition and learn how to create programs for Windows before I get too old. I'm currently 74, going on 75 in a few months. So that's my confession. wincount is my first ever program for Windows. It's entirely free and I'd be very happy if anyone finds it useful. Even happier if you let me know, either in the YouTube comments below or by an email. I'll just click this top left back button so that we can see the email address, which is up here in the top right hand corner, kev@kevpar.com. If you've got anything negative to say about wincount, please keep your comments to yourself. I don't wish to know. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.